Now, the stuff of life, soil. Few farmers would underestimate its importance to their ability to produce food. It also stores carbon and helps both clean water and regulate its flow. But how much attention do we honestly pay it? Probably not enough. So this week we are going to talk about soil. Professor Bridget Emmett is soil science lead at the Centre for Ecology and Hydrology. She says we haven't cared enough about soil, but things are changing.
Soils tend to be the Cinderella of our environment. They're hidden beneath our feet and we kind of take them for granted. And perhaps in fairness, they're not as charismatic as birds and butterflies and other things, but they're absolutely critical for us. They do so many things for us, and there is a lot more interest now happening, which is just great to see.
There has been a change in attitude, hasn't there? Even when it comes to policy. In the new English ELM schemes, soil's a public good. Farmers will be paid to look after it properly.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That said, if you look at past schemes, there has been protection through the good agricultural practice to not allow erosion and to maintain organic matter. But as the 2016 Parliamentary Soil Health Inquiry identified, perhaps they haven't been policed terribly well. So we need more teeth. We need to ensure that if there are regulations, they're policed, and we need more incentives to protect and improve our soils, because we do need them to improve, because we have had some degradation.
It sounds really easy, doesn't it? We're going to help people improve their soils by paying them to do it in the English example. It's a lot more complicated than that, though, both to do it and, of course, to measure it.
Well, everyone says measuring soil is hard, and I don't buy it. If you think about other things that we routinely monitor, like birds, they move about, they migrate. Pollinators only come out when the sun shines. We spend more or less 80% of our monitoring money on waters, which have floods and peaks. Soils are stable. They don't generally move unless there's an erosion event. And some things change quickly and some slowly, but that's no different to any other natural resource. It's just that the assessment of them hasn't been promoted and encouraged. We haven't had the policy pull, so they just fell off the radar. And so an organisation like mine, we've been monitoring soils since 1978 and reporting clear trends in soil health quality, good ones and bad ones. So some things have improved and some things haven't. So it's entirely possible to do. We just need that desire to recognise that soils are just the capital that most farmers base everything else on, and we absolutely need to look after it, measure it, report it, do regular MOTs on it, just like we all do, say, with our cars. We should be tracking it and knowing how it's changing.
How does a soil MOT work?
So soil MOT is effectively what we do at a national scale. You decide on some set indicators, like how much soil organic matter do I have, what's its pH, its acidity, what's its soil structure like, and then you go and sample it in a standardised way, analyse it, and then watch whether the data's going in the right way or the wrong way. So loss of our soil organic matter, that's a bad thing. Acidification, not good. Increased compaction, not good. And really what we want to do is move perhaps farmers from thinking just about sampling soil for NPK, fertilisers, for some of these other indicators.
You've been working on soil for a long time. I've interviewed people who've been working on soil for decades, and yet suddenly now the rest of us are just about waking up to it.
Oh, I'm just thrilled it's happening. We know an awful lot about how to measure soil, and we also know an awful lot about what to do to better protect soils. We just need more of it being done, and soils to be right up there with equal status as air, biodiversity, water. Let's have soil right up there as one of our 4 major natural resources we need to look after for the next generation.
Professor Bridget Emmett. That's it from us. I'm Charlotte Smith. The studio manager is Ilse Lademan and the producer in Swindon is Rebecca Rooney. Now over to the BBC Weather Centre for the Farming Today 5-day forecast.